Students, in this class we are going to learn how to write a chemical formulas. So before that we must know the representation of some of the cations and anions normally used to write chemical formulas in chemistry. So this page has the representation of some of the cations we normally use in chemistry classes, like hydrogen ion, sodium ion, potassium ion, ammonium ion, magnesium ion, calcium ion, ferrous ion, ferric ion, copper ion, silver ion and aluminium ion. Now the charge on these ions is represents its valency. For example, if you take hydrogen, it is represented as H plus, because hydrogen atomic number is 1, its electronic configuration also 1. So to attain stability, hydrogen lose one electron. Because of that, it possess one positive charge. Hydrogen ion possess positive charge, one positive charge, that makes its valency 1. Similarly, sodium atomic number 11, its electronic configuration is 2, 8, 1. So in the valence shell it has one electron. To attain stability, sodium lose this one electron and gets one positive charge, represents its valency as Na plus. Calcium, for example, atomic number 20, its electronic configuration is 2, 8, 8, 2. So in the valence shell we can find 2 electrons. To attain stability, it will lose 2 electrons and gets a charge of Ca2 plus with valency 2. In this way, metals and one non-metal exceptional hydrogen lose their valence electron and gets a positive charge. They are called as cations, that represents their valency. Similarly, some of the common, I will explain aluminium also. Here aluminium atomic number is 13, its electronic configuration 2, 8, 3. In the valence shell of aluminium we find 3 electron. To attain stability, these 3 electrons it will lose or it will donate and gets a positive charge of aluminium ion Al3 plus, that represents its valency. In the next page we have the representation of some of the common anions, negatively charged radicals, which we used to write the chemical formulas. Some of the common anions like chloride ion Cl minus, bromide ion Br minus, hydroxide ion OH minus, acetate ion CH3COO minus, nitrate NO3 minus, nitrite NO2 minus, bisulfate HSO4 minus, bisulfite HSO3 minus, bicarbonate HCO3 minus, oxide O2 minus, carbonate CO3 2 minus, sulfate SO4 2 minus, sulfite SO3 2 minus and sulfide S2 minus. Now basically, in case of anions, non-metals, say for example chloride, whose atomic number is 17 and electronic configuration 2, 8, 7. In the valence shell, chlorine has 7 electron. To attain stability, it gains 1 electron. So as it is gaining one extra electron, an electron carries negative charge, on chloride we will find one negative charge, that represents its valency as -1. If you take acetate ion, acetic acid, it derived from acetic acid, formula is CH3COOH. So acetic acid has actually 4 hydrogen, but ionizable hydrogen atom is only 1. If acetic acid lose this hydrogen as proton, it gets acetate ion CH3COO minus, that represents its valency. So these are some of the common anions we use to write the chemical formulas. Now by crisscross method, we will learn how to write the chemical formula. For example, if you want to write the formula of sodium chloride, so you have to take sodium ion. Already we know the formula of sodium ion is Na plus, and chloride ion, the formula is Cl minus. On sodium ion, there is a charge of 1, and on chloride ion there is a charge of 1. So as both cation and anion having same valency, so by crisscross method, to write the formula, we have to take one sodium and we have to take one chlorine. So the formula of sodium chloride is NaCl. Similarly, we have one more example here, sodium sulfate. We know sodium ion formula Na plus and sulfate formula SO4 2 minus. So charge on sodium ion is 1 plus 1 and charge on sulfate is minus 2 2. So by crisscross method, we need to take the valency of sulfate to sodium and we have to write Na2 and the valency of sodium to sulfate. For example, for sodium sulfate, you write the formula of sodium and sulfate SO4. By crisscross method, transfer the valency of sulfate to sodium and transfer the valency of sodium to sulfate. So 1 sulfate, so you don't write, that makes the same. Now we have one more example, calcium chloride. Calcium ion formula Ca2 plus and chloride Cl minus. So calcium valency is plus 2 and chloride minus 1. So the valency of calcium is 2 and chloride is 1. So by crisscross method, pass the valency of chlorine to calcium, and while writing we have to write only one calcium, and pass the valency of calcium, that is 2, to chlorine. So we need to write chlorine 2 times. So write calcium and chlorine. By crisscross method, pass the valency of calcium to chlorine Cl2 and valency of calcium to chlorine to calcium, that is 1. Similarly, sodium hydroxide, sodium ion formula Na plus and hydroxide is OH minus. Both has same valency. So by crisscross method, if you transfer, we will get the formula of sodium hydroxide as NaOH. Likewise, aluminium chloride. Aluminium ion formula is Al3 plus, it has a valency of 3, and chloride ion formula Cl minus, its valency is 1. So while writing the formula aluminium chloride, you need to take the valency of chlorine to aluminium. So chlorine valency is 1, so write aluminium only one time, and the valency of aluminium we have to pass to chlorine. As the valency of aluminium is 3, we have to take chlorine as 3. So the formula of aluminium chloride is AlCl3. Likewise, the formula of aluminium sulfate. So aluminium ion Al3 plus, sulfate ion SO4 2 minus. Valency of aluminium is 3 and valency of sulfate is 2. Just do the crisscross. So write the formula of aluminium sulfate AlSO4 SO4 aluminium. So the sulfate valency is 2. Sulfate valency is 2. You pass this to aluminium, write Al2. And aluminium valency is 3, you pass to sulfate. So as sulfate has poly atomic ion, so you have to put a bracket and write the valency of aluminium as subscript. The formula of aluminium sulfate is Al2SO4 thrice. We have few more examples like calcium oxide, some of the metallic oxides. Calcium valency is 2 plus and oxide ion O2 minus. As both share common valency 2 and 2, we need to take the simplest ratio as 1:1. So we will take 1 calcium and 1 oxygen. So the formula of calcium oxide is CaO. Sodium oxide, sodium ion formula Na plus and oxide formula O2 minus. Sodium ion valency is 1 and oxide ion valency is 2. So write the formula of sodium oxide NaO. So pass the valency of oxygen to sodium. So take sodium 2 times, and the pass valency of sodium, that is 1 to oxygen, we have to take oxygen only one time. So the formula is Na2O. Similarly, aluminium oxide, aluminium ion formula Al3 plus, valency is 3, oxide ion O2 minus, valency is 3. Now pass the valency by crisscross method. So aluminium valency is 3, pass to oxygen, so you take oxygen 3 times. Oxygen or oxide ion valency is 2, pass the valency to aluminium, then the formula will be Al2O3, aluminium oxide. So now some of the carbonates, sodium carbonate, sodium ion formula Na plus and carbonate ion CO3 2 minus. Carbonate is CO3 2 minus, valency is 2. Carbonate ion valency is 2 and sodium ion valency is 1. So sodium carbonate NaCO3 you write. Now exchange the valency. So carbonate valency is 2. So you take 2 sodium Na2 and sodium valency is 1. So carbonate ion only one time we should write. So the formula is Na2CO3. So one more we have example, calcium carbonate. Calcium ion Ca2 plus, carbonate ion CO3 2 minus. So calcium valency and carbonate valency both same, 2 and 2. We have to take the simplest ratio, that is 1:1. So while writing the formula, we have to take only one calcium and only one carbonate. So formula is CaCO3. Likewise, iron 2 sulfate, ferrous sulfate or iron 2 sulfate. Ferrous ion formula Fe2 plus, whose valency is 2. Sulfate ion formula SO4 2 minus, valency is 2. As both has same valency, take the simplest ratio and write iron 2 one time, ferrous one time and sulfate one time. So the formula is FeSO4. So if you want to write ferric sulfate, means iron 3 sulfate. So iron 3 formula, ferric formula Fe3 plus, sulfate formula SO4 2 minus. Ferric valency 3 plus 3 and sulfate valency 2 minus 2. Now we need to exchange the valency. Ferric sulfate. So what we have to do? Pass the valency of iron, that is iron 3 to sulfate. So take sulfate ion 3 times, SO4 thrice, and sulfate valency is to pass to ferric. So the formula of ferric sulfate is, or iron 3 sulfate is Fe2SO4 thrice. We have iron 2 chloride. Iron 2 means ferrous, Fe2 plus, valency is 2, chloride Cl minus, valency is 1. When you exchange, you will get FeCl2, ferrous chloride or iron 2 chloride. So zinc oxide formula, zinc ion Zn2 plus, oxide O2 minus, both share same valency. So take the simplest ratio. So while writing the formula, take one zinc and one oxide ion. So the formula is zinc oxide. So zinc sulfate, zinc ion Zn2 plus with valency 2, sulfate ion SO4 2 minus, valency 2. As both has same valency, take the simplest ratio and while writing the formula, take zinc one time and sulfate one time. The formula will be ZnSO4. Now sodium sulfite. So you just remember SO4 is sulfate. SO4 2 minus is sulfate, ATE, sulfate. SO3 2 minus is sulfite, ITE, sulfite. S2 minus is sulfide, IDE. This you need to differentiate, sulfate, sulfite and sulfide. Now we have here sodium sulfite. Sodium ion formula Na plus, valency is 1. Sulfite formula SO3 2 minus, valency is 2. By doing crisscross, we got a formula Na2SO3, sodium sulfite. If you want to write the formula of sodium sulfide, sodium ion Na plus, valency is 1. Sulfide is S2 minus, valency is 2. By crisscross, you write the formula of Na and S, pass the valency of sulfide to sodium and pass the valency of sodium to sulfide. So you will get sodium sulfide Na2S. Now potassium nitrate, potassium ion formula K plus, nitrate formula NO3 minus. So both having same valency. While writing the formula, take one potassium and one nitrate. The formula is KNO3. Now sodium acetate, sodium ion formula Na plus, acetate CH3COO minus, both having same valency. While writing the formula, take one sodium and one acetate. So the formula is CH3COO Na. For example, if you want to write the formula of ammonium sulfate, ammonium ion formula NH4 plus, sulfate formula SO4 2 minus. So the valency of ammonium ion is 1, sulfate is 2. By passing the valency by crisscross method, we need to take 2 ammonium ions because the valency of sulfate is 2. So NH4, put bracket and write twice. And as ammonium ion valency is 1, so you just pass to sulfate. So sulfate ion